and welcome to Beauty and the Budget. Okay, so I am new to YouTube. This is my very first video, and this channel is gonna be all about cash stuffing, budgeting, savings challenges, getting out of debt, all money all the time. And the reason that I'm starting this channel is more than anything else is to hold myself accountable. Make sure that I am doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing as far as budgeting is concerned. To make this kind of more a lifestyle change rather than just something for the time being. I am not new to budgeting. I back in January of 2023, I decided that I wanted to budget. I bought all the binders, did all of the things, and decided I was going to be a cash budgeter. Now, it actually was going okay. I was, able to kind of keep up with my challenges, although I had so many of them, but we will get into that a little bit later. I was able to kind of get the hang of things. However, life happened, as it does so often, and I needed to pull all of the funds out of my binder. I moved, and although the move wasn't unexpected, I was planning to move, but it came a lot sooner than I had planned for. So I had to unexpectedly move, and then just a couple of days after the move, like I hadn't even unpacked yet, I had surgery. So surgery took me off of work for several months, like 3 months. As a matter of fact, as of this moment, I am not back at work, but probably by the time you see this video, I will be. It'll just be in just a couple of days. So while I was on my off of work from my surgery, I didn't really see the need to cash budget. My income was very low, it's still a low income budget, but it was super low, and I was barely holding it together. My husband picked up a lot of my the slack as far as my bills were concerned, so I didn't really have any extra money to be budgeting at all. So I said that once I was back to work and things kind of leveled off and got back to normal, I would get back into my cash budgeting. So here I am. Now, there are a few things that I'll be doing differently this time around. Number one, like I said earlier, I had so many savings challenges. The first time I budgeted, I jumped in with 2 feet. I was ready to go. I just knew I was gonna kill the budgeting game. And again, although I didn't do bad, I felt like, number one, I had so many savings challenges that I never really got a chance to complete anything. Everything was always ongoing because I just had so many. And so that sense of accomplishment wasn't there. So I said, well, this time I am going to scale it back a little bit. Not that I don't want to do challenges, I will. I intend on doing a bunch, but I am going to scale back how many at a time. Another thing that I want to do differently this time is, before I jump into all of the savings challenges and trying to tackle debt and so on and so forth, I want to, number one, fully fund my month ahead, as well as fully fund my $1,000 emergency fund. I think that those 2 things should be my priority. I need to get those out of the way first, and then that will make everything that comes later a little bit easier. For instance, getting month ahead. Right now, I am paycheck to paycheck, and it's fine, but not where I want to be. So right now, everything that's due on, let's say, the 7th, 8th, and 9th of the month, I'm paying with the check that I got paid on the 6th. And I do want to be able to get a month ahead so that I can start cash stuffing in smaller sections. I get paid weekly, so be able to cash stuff a fourth of each bill per paycheck and not be behind and not be paycheck to paycheck. So the first thing I want to do is fully fund my month ahead and my emergency fund at the same time. Knock those two things out. I will also be doing 2 savings challenges for now, just 2. I'm going to be doing the 100 envelope challenge, and my daughter and I have a 4-year-old little girl. She and I made these envelopes for just a few dollars. I actually already had a laminator because somewhere in the back of my mind, I think I can be crafty just a little bit. So she and I made these envelopes, and I kind of made it my own challenge. Like you'll see, there are a few random pink ones in here, and the pink ones still have a number on them. But the idea is, you know, if that week that I stuff that pink 15, if that week I can stuff an extra 10 or double it or however it goes, I'm gonna do that. So I will be doing the 100 envelope challenge. And then I will also be doing a monthly challenge from All Things Planned. I watch her YouTube channel, and she has an Etsy shop. And it's kind of a low income, just month to month, you know, maybe $10, $15, so on and so forth. And I think that I can kind of swing that. It's not my number one priority right now, but I do think I can do the monthly challenge and the 100 envelopes while stuffing my month ahead and my emergency fund. Now, once I am fully funded in emergency and month ahead, that is when I will bring out my sinking funds and my savings challenges. So I'm thinking that since right now, fingers crossed, God willing, I want to be able to fund those things within like the next 2 months. And I think I'll be able to do that once I get back to work. So up until those things are fully funded, I'm going to be doing my videos just a little bit differently. I think I'm going to budget as well as cash stuff all in one video, just to keep it, you know, I mean, it's not a lot of stuff to do. It's only a few envelopes. It'll be my wallet and those couple of envelopes. So I think I'll just budget and cash stuff those in the same video. And then once those things are fully funded and I get into my sinking funds and saving challenges for real, then I'll split them up, and one video will be a budget with me, and then the other video will be a cash stuff. And then, you know, hopefully channel develops from there, and maybe we can do some bill condensing and, you know, who knows what else, because I have been doing a ton of research while I was off these few months recovering. So that stuff will be kind of, you know, as the channel develops and as we get along. So if you guys do have any tips and tricks, things that you think I can do better or improve on, or something that may make my life a little bit easier, or, you know, things that you notice that I'm doing in the videos, maybe I'm talking too fast, maybe I say too much, just let me know down in the comments. And, you know, Jay, you should probably do this, and that'll probably work a little bit easier for you. I am all about suggestions and taking criticism and trying to get this thing down, because like I said, I want to make it a lifestyle. I don't want it to be something just for the time being. So that is that. So today this is actually, let me say this is my second time recording this video. And the reason being is that I think the first time I recorded it, the definition on my camera, I'm recording on my phone, was too high or something. So all day, y'all, I have been trying to upload these videos. I recorded it all in one video. I tried to upload it to get it from phone to computer. Couldn't do it. So then I broke the video down into like 6 small, like 5-6 minute videos. Couldn't do it. Just would not upload for me. I was so irritated and frustrated. I had to take a break, go get me something to eat, whatever. So now I recorded a little like 5-minute, I was doing some stuff around the house, and I just kind of let my camera go, and I came down on the definition, and then I went to upload it, and it worked. So now I know So we are going to redo this whole budget thing with me. Okay. So I went on Etsy, and this one is from a channel called Balance Your Budget. I download just the planner sheets and whatnot so that I'm able to write out my income, fix expenses, so on and so forth. So today we are going to do a small budget with me because, again, I am not back to getting my full paycheck yet. So what I did was I left, my rent is due Saturday. So I left my rent money in my account and I only pulled out what was left over to cash stuff that rather than take it out, put it back, all of that didn't make sense to me to do that. So I just took out what was left over after my rent comes out, what will be left, what would have been left over after my rent came out, which that came out to be $250. So it's gonna be paycheck. We're not gonna do the budgeted simply because I already know exactly what it is and I already have it, which was $250. And then I also need to add in, when I did this the first time, I forgot I didn't have my personal wallet with me. So I was kind of going off the top of my head as to what envelopes I had. And I forgot to do my giving envelope and I didn't get any singles at the bank. So I had to go into my purse and just pulled out these 5 very raggedy singles, but they will spend the same way to whoever I give them to. So it'll be $5 for giving. And that'll be that. So my total income will be $255. Now again, for right now, because I am still going week to week, I will be leaving my bill money in my account and simply pulling out everything that's extra. Once emergency fund and month ahead are fully funded, I will start to work on fixed expenses, my bills binder, and my sinking fund. So for now, we will not worry about fixed expenses. For my variable expenses, we have gas, which I live extremely close to my job, like 2 miles away, something like that. And my husband, whenever he drives my car, he typically will fill up my tank because I don't like going to the gas station. So I only stop for gas when I absolutely have to. And if he ends up driving my car for some reason, then he'll just go ahead and fill it up. So I'm gonna budget $20 for gas. I don't think I'm gonna need it, but I will budget it. Food at work. I hope you guys can see this. Food at work. So in our household, my husband and I, split our bills sort of. Basically, bottom line is I pay the rent and my husband pays everything else, if that makes sense. He pays utilities, he pays my car insurance, renter's insurance, internet, our phone bills. He pays everything else. And it was close enough to even that it just makes life easier for us that way. So he pays that stuff, I pay the rent, and that's it. So I pay the rent, I pay my own car note, I pay my own credit card bills. And I actually have developed a bunch of subscriptions over time. Not sure how that happened, but I have taken on a bunch of subscriptions that I probably don't need, but that's the story for another time. Anyway, so that's that part. And then the other thing is our eating out. For the most part, I pay for groceries in our house, and then my husband pays for our fast food, which we do kind of eat out quite a bit. So it almost evens out, honestly. So this food at work envelope is simply for if I decide to buy some snacks at work, or I do buy some lunch at work, which I do sometimes, then that is for me. But whenever we eat out at home, my husband pays for it. So I'm gonna do $10 in food at work. Groceries is going to be $100 for the week. It's just my husband, myself, and our toddler, so we don't really spend a lot on groceries. And like I said, we also about half of our meals come from me cooking. The other half comes from my husband when we eat out. I'm not gonna stuff miscellaneous this week. I'm not really anticipating spending a lot of extra money this week. Like I said, I'm just now getting back to work. So I'm not really anticipating spending a ton of money. So I'm gonna put $10 in. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna put anything in miscellaneous, but I will put $10 in my personal just to have just in case. Another thing I wanted to mention, I do not have a household envelope in here anymore. And that's because for the most part, I buy, laundry detergent, tissue, those things when I buy groceries. And if for some reason we need those things at a random time that's not during grocery time, my husband typically picks it up. So it wouldn't matter. If I buy it with groceries, it'll be in there. If it's outside of grocery times, he'll buy it. So there was no need for me to have that envelope any longer. I also was able to take out my laundry envelope because, again, I moved and my new place has a washing machine and dryer. And I am so ecstatic about it. Once my daughter came and we were trying to use shared laundry for baby clothes, it was a disaster. I mean, because she was, a baby, puking all over the place, pen blowouts, so on and so forth. And trying to keep up with that in a shared laundry space was unbelievably hard. So anyway, we now have our own washer and dryer in our apartment, and I am so happy and thankful and blessed. Giving is going to get the $5. Told you about that. I forgot to take that out of the bank, so I just pulled it out of my purse. I also have in here a deposit envelope just in case I need to take money to the bank for whatever reason. A coin envelope, which these coins have been in here since whenever I stopped cashed up in the last time, which was probably like March or April. And a receipts envelope. So that is that. So for our variable expenses, they are 20 plus 10 plus 100 plus 10 plus 5 is 145 is the total for variable expenses. I'm not gonna worry about that. I'm not gonna worry about that. So 255 minus 145 is $110 left over. Right now, we are not gonna worry about debt. We will soon enough. Bring that 110 over here. For savings, we are going to do emergency. And don't mind my handwriting. I should have been a doctor. It is definitely chicken scratch. Month ahead. 100 envelopes. And we're just gonna call it the monthly challenge, which is that one by All Things Plan. So for this week, we have $110 left. We're gonna do $30 in emergency. Uh-oh, that was a little much even for me. 60, why? 60, okay, $60 in month ahead, $10 in 100 envelopes, and $10 in the monthly challenge, which should bring us to 110. 30 plus 60 plus 10 plus 10 is 110. So next page, again, for now, we're not worrying about sinking funds and we're not worried about investing right now. So our income is going to be $255. Fixed expenses were $145. No, I'm sorry, that's not right. Our fixed expenses were $0. Our variable expenses were $145. Debt, nothing. Savings, $110. Nothing in sinking funds, nothing in investing, which left us at $0. I hope that made sense. I hope I didn't move too fast. If I did, please don't forget to leave it down in the comments and just let me know to slow down a little bit and explain it, because again, it's not my first time, so I do know, a little bit about this part. But if I'm moving too fast or you need some clarity, please just let me know. All right, so now that we got that done, we are going to go ahead and start the cash count and the cash stuffing. Move this out of the way and this. So this crinkly little raggedy $1, $2, $3, $4, $5 is from my purse. It was just down in the bottom of my bag. And I'm gonna put that into giving since I forgot to pull those 5 singles out for that envelope. And this is what I pulled out of the bank. So we have 50, 1, 20, 40, 60, 80, 2, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 250. And we're gonna start with our wallets. Gas is gonna get 20. Food at work is gonna get 10. And I crisscross my binders like back and forth with the zippers because they get so jumbled when they're all at the top or all at the bottom, and I hated it. So that's why they're back and forth like that. Groceries is getting 100. About time for a snack run for my daughter, so that may be a little extra next week. Miscellaneous didn't get anything. Personal is getting 10. And giving is getting these 5. Okay. And then next is our bills binder that my daughter put all of her little stickers on there for me. Yay, Mom. So I already updated the trackers because again, I already recorded this video. So my goal is $2,200 for my month ahead. Now let me say, the reason that my goal is $2,200 includes my rent, my car note, because my husband does pay all those other things. So I don't necessarily have to include them in my month ahead. Now, if I decide a little bit later that I would like to have a sinking fund to cover our as a complete household month ahead, I may do that at some point in the future. But for right now, I'm just trying to get a month ahead on my end of the bills. So month ahead, and it says bonus because I didn't have a sticker that said bonus, so I had to work with what I had. Month ahead is getting $60. 1, 2, 3 is 60. Emergency is getting 30. So 20, 30. I always see people fixing their money in their envelopes when I'm watching budgeting and cash stuffings on YouTube, and I'm like, nobody care about that. That is, a little crunchy on the end. And I'm sitting here like, oh, I do care about that. I don't like that. Next one is, it says bonus savings, but it's going to be for my monthly challenge, and it may change once I get more stickers or depending on the saving challenges I'm doing at the time. But for now, this one that says bonus savings is going to be for the monthly challenge. And you know what I'm gonna do? Back up out of here. So we're gonna put $10 in that monthly challenge, and we are going to color in this So we did 10 in that one. Oh, you know what? And that's it for that. I'm gonna color in that one. We are also going to go to my 100 envelopes, which is gonna get this last $10. Stick that right in there and back in there. And we're gonna color in this $10 as this $10 envelope as well. Now, what I did also do, just keep myself interested, is as soon as I find it, okay. Those are my little notes for my month ahead, me figuring it out. We put $60 in today. So for today, we're gonna do a light blue. Each icon being $22. 60 divided by 22. Is that the right way to do that? 2.7. So I can comfortably color in 2 of these dots because there are 100, I'm sorry, bubbles. So there are 100 bubbles. So I can color in 2. Wow, that was not cute. Okay, good enough. Month ahead, and then the last thing was my, what is it called, y'all? Month ahead, emergency fund. Now I gotta figure out which one is emergency fund because I haven't done this in a while. Oh, it's this one right here. Okay, emergency fund. All right, let's get this. An emergency fund, $36. What did we put in there? Oh, we only put 30 in, so we can't even color in one. Nope, can't color in one on emergency fund yet because we only put $30 in. I have to keep that in mind because this one has 28 icons. Emergency fund being $1,000 means each icon is worth $36. I have to keep that in mind when I'm budgeting in the future, that these are worth $36 a piece and the emergency fund ones are $22 a piece, so that I can try to stay on track. But I'm not bothered with it, you know, it'll come together at some point. So that is it for the budgeting and the cash stuffing. The very last thing I wanted to talk to you all about was I was trying to decide, as far as my saving challenges are concerned, when they are completed. Initially, I said, oh, I'm going to, every time I complete a savings challenge, I'm going to use that money and pay off some debt. And then I thought about the first time and how we just said, you know what, we're going to slow our roll. We want this to be something that lasts. And if I feel like I am just giving all of my money to bills, I'm not going to be happy with that. Am I going to do it? So I have since thought about either doing it one of two ways. One, once I complete a savings challenge, I can take half of that completed challenge and put it towards debt, and the other half and put it towards something for me or something fun that I want to do. Or I could do complete a savings challenge, put that whole thing towards debt, and the next saving challenge I complete, put that whole thing towards me. Haven't decided which one. So let me know down in the comments which one you would do. Would you split it in half, 50-50, half the debt, half to you, or one or the other, back and forth? Or do you have another idea of how to use my savings challenge money for some good, but also use it for some good for me? Because technically it is my money and, you know, I want to enjoy some of it. All right, guys, well, that is it for this video. I want to thank you guys so much for being here with me, bearing through this with me, because it is my first video and I'm sure it was all over the place. So thank you so much for sticking it out with me. And again, leave any tips and tricks down in the comments. I will be sure to read them. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.